Hey everyone, welcome here. I'm Maika, and I've gotten a few requests to talk more about dating and how to find someone with who you can be in a healthy and attachment-wise, emotionally safe and secure relationship. So in this video, I want to discuss some of the main things to look out for in dating so your next relationship is one that's good for you. Number one, consistency. An emotionally safe person knows what motivates them. And the answer to that, what that is consistent from one day to the next. They're willing to be open about their why, to comment on why they believe what they believe or why they feel inspired to do what they do. You can feel safe asking why and how come questions, and you get consistent answers. You're not dismissed or given different rationalizations on different days. You don't sense a deep confusion about this person's why, especially when it comes to what they're looking for in a relationship. They value consistency and strive for it. They reflect, and that creates an inner logic that is congruent from one day to the next. They don't struggle with a lot of inner conflict. They're aware of their why and their values and able to align their behavior to them. And they're also able to acknowledge when their behavior wasn't aligned with their values, and then they want to reflect and work on that. Number two, predictability. They're predictable in how they show up in your interactions and with other people too. The way they respond when they're angry is predictable. How they express vulnerability, how they regulate emotions. It's all predictable. Their habits are stable and predictable. You're not left wondering which version of them you'll get today. You don't go through ups and downs of phases of love bombing and then mistreatment. You don't have to walk on eggshells to try and prevent impulsive outbursts from them. You don't have to try and manage their feelings for them so that they become predictable to you. They just are from within themselves. Number three, respect. They're able to respect you and others, to hold you and others in high regard. And I say others here as well because especially in the early phases of dating, you can learn a lot about somebody from how they interact with others and talk about other people in their life that they've known for longer. If they're truly able to respect people, and it's not just something they do in the honeymoon phase of dating, they will also talk in respecting ways about other people in their life that they've known longer than they've known you. Other ways you can tell if somebody's respectful is if they let you finish your sentences, if they let you speak and decide for yourself, if they don't talk about your relationship to others in a way that's very detailed and exposing, if they don't talk in hurtful, aggressive ways about others, if they're mindful of your time, energy, and property, if they ask you before using your stuff or borrowing things. Number four, repair. Are they able to repair after conflict or the emotional hurt that sometimes just happens in relationships with you and with others? Or do they have a pattern of cutting ties with most of the people in their life because they're not able to repair after conflict and emotional injury? Can they remain fair after arguments, or do they get invested in tearing the other person down? Do they care enough about relationships to be willing to introspect and talk things through to make things right again after a fight? Do they honestly reflect, or does it seem like they only offer hollow apologies? Do they invest effort into making sure that the relationships in their life are intact? Number five, negotiation. Are they able to negotiate? When two people come together, they're bound to disagree sometimes. That's natural and not a problem at all. The question is, will you as a couple be able to negotiate and find compromises? If the person you're dating always seems to agree with you, they probably have inhibitions about speaking up for themselves and voicing their needs when those needs are different from what you want. And that can be comfortable at the beginning, but it won't go down well in the long run for them or you. The other unhealthy version of this is when somebody always needs other people to go along with what their own preference is, and they're not able to take a step towards other people's preferences and needs and to talk things through. So the question is, do you feel safe saying what you prefer and want, or do you fear that it won't be received well or be ignored? Number six, validation. How does this person make you feel about what you say, feel, and do? If they're able to offer validation, you get a sense that they understand your experience and that it's relatable and reasonable to them. They make room for your perspective and experience and make you feel like it's valid, valuable, and appreciated by them, even if their own experience and perspective is different. The opposite of validation is if they make you feel like what you remember, say, feel, do, experience is wrong, and that there's something wrong with you for feeling the way you do, and that you're lucky that they're willing to put up with your so-called nonsense. Number 7, adaptability. This is a thought about how much the person has grown up into an adult. How well do they adapt to change? How can they adapt to things not going their way, to not getting what they want? How happy can they be with good enough? Number 8, interdependence. Is this person looking for an all-consuming, enmeshed form of togetherness, or for a form of togetherness in which your lives hardly overlap? Do they want and can they work on healthy interdependence in the sense of, I know I'm better with you, and I'm also my own person? Can they feel comfortable with both connection and autonomy? Okay, I've come to the end of my list. Sometimes some of the skills that I've mentioned get confused with boredom, monotony, or emptiness. Like, a relationship can't be interesting if your partner is predictable and consistent. But predictability doesn't mean you can't be spontaneous and experience excitement and adventure together. You can actually experience a lot more excitement if it's coupled with predictability. You can't, for example, go out on a fun weekend trip if your partner won't be predictably interested in you or the relationship or the trip when the day has come. Spontaneity, fun, excitement can only happen on the fundament of a life and relationship that's predictably well cared for. Otherwise, what you get is chaos, anxiety, and disruption. And if you're someone who in the past has been drawn to chaos, unpredictability, and inconsistency, your nervous system will need to adjust to being with someone who's emotionally safe. You might at first feel like something's missing, a spark or chemistry. Give yourself time in dating so that your nervous system can slowly shift into what it feels like to be with an emotionally safe and secure partner. It's easy to get wrapped up in a new relationship quickly, especially if the other person might be trying to sweep you off your feet. But to really see what someone is like with the skills I mentioned in this video, you'll need time to get to know them and to see how they respond also when they're not on their best behavior, when they're tired or stressed. Also, no one has to embody the skills I mentioned perfectly to be a secure partner. Good enough is good enough. Look at the overall picture of what somebody is like. Don't look for perfection in every detailed instance. And if you're at the end of this video and worried about your own ability to be a secure partner, all of the skills I mentioned are things that you can work on. They're not fixed personality traits. And remember, you too don't need to be perfect. Hope this helps. Till next time, take care. Let me know if you have any more questions you'd like me to answer about dating. And remember, emotional safety is a prerequisite for excitement.